I be messing up sometimes, y'all. But here we go. Hello.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the Bible Study Girl podcast. This is Sarita. You probably know me as Bible Study Girl. And the deeper voice you heard at the beginning of this podcast was the executive producer of Bible Study Brother.
Yo, it is I, Bible Study Brother, but I'm also known as Icarus Gray over at Gray Area Anime. And this is the most wonderful podcast of your day. Go check out Icarus Gray's new single, They Say, to get you amped up for your weekend.
Thanks, brother, for the plug. Go get your music fixed, guys. We're right smack dab in the middle of December at this point. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas, a great celebration for Christians and non-Christians around the world. So what are we doing today? We're still on our blog recap series. Today we're talking about the blog Fitzgerald, Fitz, Scandal, Fulcher. That's a whole mouthful. Lots of words for you to type in. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you can head over to BibleStudyGirl.com. And today I'm just going to tell you to type in Fitz, Fitz, into the magnifying glass in the upper right hand corner, and it will take you right to the blog that we're talking about today. This is your first time listening. You are confused. What is a blog recap? What is this lady even talking about? Well, I spent a lot of years writing a daily blog over at BibleStudyGirl.com, and we're just going back through the archives and talking about some of those blogs in a more detailed, specific way. Bible Study Brother will let you guys know his impression of the blog when he read it, the key points that stood out to him, and then I'll swoop in and let you guys know how I felt at the time that I published the blog and my current day thoughts. Sometimes they've changed. Most of the time, honestly, they've changed. Sometimes they've stayed the same. But it's always fun for us to just dive deeper and talk about these blogs in a more. And I always leave away from these discussions with different little nuggets that I can take that help me in my daily life. And I feel like every blog that we've discussed has been something that has been transformative for me and it's ministered to me present day. And so I'm always glad that we are taking this walk down memory lane. Now, sometimes those walks are harder than others and we hit on heavier subjects, but I think I could be wrong. Today is probably going to be a lighter day. I don't know, because I don't know what Bible Study Brothers. Oh, he's telling me it's not lighter. So, okay, take it away, brother. Let me know what you got.
So,
the
so what I got from this blog was this was a very transitionary time period. I realized once more that coming off of our recap of the biggest fight in our lives, just how much there wasn't really time for us to stay mad, because you go from my wedding and a kind of cooling, but not all the way cool. Still hot if you touch it. Probably gonna burn your hand.
It was gonna be warm. You know, the people that have the your mama got one. Was it electric stove? Electric stove top? It's glass.
Cooktop and still hot. Is
right, and it has that light on it, to let you know, okay, the stuff ain't lit up, but it's still hot. Don't touch it. So go ahead.
So it's that level of hot, and we go from that to, well, now I lose my little buddy. Fiona, just want to speak a little bit about that girl, was not a dog. And in that she did not act like a dog at all. She didn't bark unless you randomly stepped on her or something like that. and she was very intuitive to emotions, and she just knew when you were having a hard day. She couldn't jump up. She wasn't a dog that jumped up on stuff. She was just she was the sweetest thing in the world.
She was. Fiona was a sweet, sweet dog.
So the time how all of this works out for me in my head, right, is like, because what year did you get Fitz?
I got Fitz in 2019.
Okay, that's what I thought. So this is not very long from when we got him. I think we got him that summer.
Right. We got him
Okay.
that summer. So at the time that I published this blog, I had Fitz for maybe it was October. So 3 months.
Yeah.
He had been in my life for about 3 months.
So there's 2 years where void is, right? And there's 2 years of us building a relationship, And
well, let me say this because the people have not read it, and if they haven't, you're confusing
Oh,
them.
well, hold on. So okay, so well, no, I'm not, because I'm still in line with what you mentioned in the blog, which in the blog post you started 2017, and I'm gonna get to Fitz, and I just wanted to get my timeline straight and see how much time it was.
Okay, I understand that you want to get your timeline straight, but I think it's confusing to people if they don't know Fiona. Like,
I don't know what just having your sound just went all the way out. I can't hear anything you're saying. No, I cannot hear you. I wonder what's going on.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So
We'll clear it up for people, and then I'll finish my story. Or
can you hear me?
yes.
Okay. And so Fiona was my dog that I had. We had to put Fiona down on Christmas Day, 2017.
I was about to get there.
Okay. Well, it just was confusing to me because Fiona and Fitz's names are very close. And I don't want people
there.
Huh?
It was just a walk. We were gonna get there, ma'am.
Okay. But you be long story and,
Well, if
and then
you let me,
sometimes
just
people
let
don't.
me finish. See, you making a
Okay.
long story
Go
even
ahead.
longer.
Go ahead.
So anyway, the point of me bringing up our fight and stuff is we go from the fight to dealing with the loss of your dog at the time, Fiona, which is the start of the blog. And it was crushing. It was the most soul crushing thing that I had happened in a very long time. We go from Christmas Day, like it wasn't like, okay, Christmas Day later on that evening. We're during Christmas, and we had just got done with a big scare with Fiona, taking her to the hospital. She had eaten something that she wasn't supposed to eat. And it was one of those, hey, if she throws up and gets it out and then she eats and, she's fine, everything is good. But we're just letting you know that if she ends up not wanting to eat, you probably should bring her back in, and we're probably going to have to, not put her down. I don't think they had said that, but, like surgery or something like that was an option.
Well, no, they were very clear about the fact that if she's not able to poop, because they did notice what they deemed to be an obstruction when she got her x-rays, but the recommendation was not for surgery because it was so involved.
Yeah.
But if she was able to poop, then she would be fine.
Yeah. So anyway, we go from this intense loss where on Christmas Day we're, like I'm already crying up a freaking storm. Or I started out okay, but then like Fiona's not like, she's not a dog who sits and licks your hand. Like she's just she's like Zen. She is the most calm dog.
Super cool,
ever.
super chill. Her attitude and my attitude were simpatico. We got along well. Like she was gentle around baby. Sweet baby was little at the time. She was gentle around babies.
She ran from babies, is what she did.
She ran from babies because
she did not like. She did not
don't let them touch
interaction
me.
with people that were like that were bigger than her.
Right, and people that were aggressive. She could handle people that were bigger than her, but just like I sense the aggression coming off of you, and I don't want it.
And so anyway,
she was not a guard dog. Let me say that.
That's basically it. She was a spoiled and pampered, quiet princess.
She was.
And she was just special. I want to emphasize that because what happens next is so just, I never thought it would happen. So she passes. We're definitely rebuilding our relationship now because, good God, that was a loss for everyone. And we go 2 years. I'm just kind of like, it's weird. Like I know I had days where this hit me in a sense of like, because she lived with me and mom. I mean,
Right.
basically for a lot of the time, especially after so many things. And I was like really hard on myself for a while because, in my mind, I'm like, even, and we talked about it, but with decisions being made, I was like, is it because, was it something in that house and da 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 da, and all the stuff you do when people are gone, when pets are gone, or how pets go. And 2 years go by, we're really great. Like I said, we're doing vlog posts and talking more and all this other stuff. And
I wasn't blogging at the time that I got Fitzgerald, but we're talking.
Close. I mean, no, it's getting real close. You're right. It's getting real close.
Right.
So like, more so what I'm saying is my sister is coming more to herself. She's been through a lot. And then I just get this random call and text, or random call, I'm sure, I'm thinking about getting a cat. And I'm like, huh? What? Like, that's something I would do because I'm a cat person. Like, y'all stayed getting dogs and I'm a cat person because I don't like having to be as involved with dogs as I was. Like, Fiona changed my entire feelings on dogs. Like, because I'm not a fan. Yes, she did. Because now I was mad because I knew in my mind, like, I'm not going to get a Fiona. Like, there's no possible way that I'm going to get a Fiona. You're muted again for, I don't know what's going on there, but
I'm not saying anything. I'm stopping myself from speaking. So I know you're like, I can't hear you because I'm like, because I'm gonna let you say what you want to say, your impressions, and then I'm gonna give mine because I feel like I'm tempted to go ahead and give mine, but I'll let you.
Yeah, so she was just, like, it made me want a dog, all these other things. So when you're telling me you want a cat, I'm like, that is so weird. But I'm like, I'm in my super supportive mode because I'm like, I'm supporting whatever it is she want to do, however she want to do it, because I need her to be more like herself, and she hadn't been herself in a while, like even post our fight and everything else, like she was still herself in a lot of ways, but then a lot of things happened and it was just like after Fiona and post the people who shall not be named and everything else. I almost said something really derogatory, but she just was not the sister I grew up watching. Like, bro, you are not you. And so when she did this, I'm all for it because I'm like, I kind of want to see how this goes because we get a cat and I like cats. So it's all going to work out. So in the blog post, she talks about meeting Greg, which we've had so many jokes about who would name a cat Greg. Why in the world would they name a cat Greg? At the time, I was tempted to get Greg's, aka Fitz, his brother, because like we got to go back and like see this whole like family, and it's just it was so like surreal to me to be like, oh, she about to get a cat? Is she really about to get a cat? And then we went to play with Fitz. They like Fitz was separated in this area by himself or whatever, and we got to go outside. And we're like playing with him, and immediately he goes directly to his new mom. And I was like, I'm super jealous at this point. Like, I'm the cat guy. Cat should come to me. But he's like playing with her and kind of cuddling next to her, and he's doing his own thing.
Can I talk about the fact that when we went up in that shelter, though, they had all them big cats walking around. I was like, I don't want no cat. I'm scared of these things.
And I was looking, and I kept telling her, I was like, he about to jump up on that counter. Because I know cats' behavior, because I've seen cats, and you were like, and he did. And she was like, well, I was like, that's what they do.
Woo,
Just so you
Lord.
know. And I'm
Okay.
like,
Keep telling your story, but I'm just, woo. I'm
and
gonna tell
so
my journey. But
we sit here and we play with him or whatever. And then it was like, we leave and we're like, okay, are you doing this? Are you sure you want to do this? She's like, I'm doing it. And so we leave. And then comes the next time we go back to go pick up Greg, aka Fitz. And so we go get him. And I don't remember when the name came up, but we were going through, I feel like we were on a trip for whatever reason or something, like before picking him up or something, because we were in the car. We were in a car. We were in the car, and I know I feel like mom was there during the creation of his name. And so she goes, I want to stay in the F. And so we're looking through F names and we're going through just all the male, like we're treating this like it's a baby. And we're going through good F baby names and blah, blah, blah. And I say, because this is also when we were huge advocates of the show Scandal. And so I think Sarita said Fitzgerald, and I didn't like it. And then something was like, oh, how about we call him Fitz Scandal? And she's like, oh, that's cool. And so we name him Fitz Scandal or whatever. So I thought.
his real name is Fitzgerald, but go ahead.
His real name is Fitz Scandal. And then she changed it to Fitzgerald because she's rude. I was like, who is Fitzgerald? His name is Fitz Scandal. And of course, because obviously the president on Scandal, they kept calling him Fitz from Scandal. There's nothing really deep to it. I just thought it was a nice play on words to the Gerald Scandal. I thought I was doing something cool. But anyway, we get this cat home, and it just changed so many things so quickly. Like I saw warmth, and I saw my sister glow up because she likes having somebody to come home to. That like gives
I
that
do.
extra layer of affection that, isn't necessarily always just me and mom would be in the room until time to eat most times. Unless she pulled us out to say, hey, we're doing this. And, she was the central focus point of all the things that we would do. So this is huge in changing like the landscape of kind of how my sister moves, right? And spiritually, when she's talking about it at the end of like stepping into places that we deem that we would have never stepped and never would have done, and giving things a chance was very well illustrated in her getting Fitz, because this ain't in her character. She's not a cat lady. Like,
Nope.
she's just not at all. And Fitz was immediately like the perfect mix of the other half of her personality. Whereas Fiona was one half that did not come with the fire and brimstone of like, oh, okay. Fitz is that. And not that he's like some terror or anything. He's a loving cat. It's just he'll let you know if he feels disrespected. He also is very opinionated and will do what he wants to do. But he knows his personality in that sense. And this is the last thing I'll say, but I was just so thankful to God for giving you the wherewithal to understand you needed to try something so outside of yourself to kind of get back to yourself.
Thank you, brother, for sharing your insight on Fitzgerald Fulcher, my little baby.
Fitzgerald.
At the time that I published the blog, I really was, first of all, writing a blog every day, completely outside of my comfort zone. Not only just writing it every day, but actually having to hit publish, and share every day, completely outside of my comfort zone. And so when I was thinking about what to write, I thought about other things that I had been experiencing recently that were outside of my comfort zone. And owning a cat was definitely one of those things that was outside of my comfort zone. Joe talked about Fiona. I loved Fiona. I remember when I was going to get Fiona, I've talked often about my relationship with Tamika, but we were very close. And Tamika was not pro dog. And so when I was getting ready to get Fiona, Tamika was like, but what if we don't want a dog? Well, me and Tamika didn't live together, but we spent so much time together that she felt like she had like we have to decide if we gonna get a dog. I was like, girl, I'm getting a dog. She was like, well, what if you don't like it, or what if you don't? It's too much for you. I was like, I had a dog before when I was younger. Like, it'll be fine. We're getting this dog. So Fiona was a rescue dog. I got her from my grandma's front yard. Ariana actually picked Fiona up for me. My grandma had decided which dog would be good for me. And so Ariana was the wildlife queen. So I sent her out there to get my puppy. I'm like, Grandma said it's that one right there. And then once I got Fiona all the way back to Little Rock, Grandma was like, actually, the one I had picked out for you is still here. She got the wrong one, but whatever. Like, I was like, we rolling with it. The one I got is the one I got. I'm keeping this dog. Fiona was the runt of the litter. She had like scoliosis. She has so
She
many
had distemper.
right. She has so many like health issues, but she was my baby. Sweetest dog ever. Tamika started off like not team dog and ended up like buying stuff for my dog. That's just her. That's just her. That's just who she is. So we all love Fiona, sweetest dog ever. Even when like my family got on my nerves, Tamika was not a dog person. She was like, instead of going to your mold house, you can come over to my apartment. I was like, but I gotta bring my dog with me. She was like, Fiona can come too. So anyway, Fiona was a well loved dog, super sweet. So I was devastated on Christmas Day in 2017 when she had to be put down. She was my companion. Like I would leave work early so I could make sure she was able to go to the bathroom. She was just super sweet, laid back, chill. And when I lost her, I knew I wasn't going to get another dog because who wants to roll the dice that I would get a dog like her? Fiona's very sweet. Like, I don't even know if Bible study brother could describe it accurately, but anybody that met her would just be like, oh my gosh, she's just the sweetest dog. Just so sweet, chill, laid back, not one of them barky barkies. Like she was perfect. If you're gonna have a dog and a dog that's a house dog, she's the kind of dog you want to have. She's not chewing up stuff, messing up stuff, chill. Just take me to the bathroom, um, and feed me. And I'm cool. Like everybody in this house is cool. So I didn't have experience with Fiona was not the usual, it's not typical. She was an atypical dog. We had a dog growing up. Her name was Queen, and Queen was about that life. Like I will say, Queen was like a pit chow mix, and so she would get so
She was
mad.
scared.
Like you were scared of Queen.
She
Queen,
was scared. I'm saying like Queen was not about that life. Like you had to put her in a certain position for her to be about that life. But you go and tell your story.
well, what I'm saying is people were scared of Queen.
Oh,
Though. Like
facts. Oh no, they was
she
real
was a
scared of her.
great guard dog, and she was a great guard dog for me. Like she did not like my boyfriend. If he touched me, she would like try to bite him, and I should have known then.
Oh, anybody. If you came at Sarita in any kind of way, Queen was like,
Right, like
I was so mad. I did not want that dog, bro. I did not like dogs. And I was
he
like,
didn't.
and now not only do I now have to like now I got to because this is like almost this is high school you. So I got to take this dog out and high school me. So it's end of middle school, high school.
Right.
So I got to take this dog out. I got to feed this dog because I get home before everybody. So I got to do all that. Like, this ain't my dog. I didn't even want the dog.
It was a family dog. But anyway,
It was.
Queen loved me. But Queen was a different kind of dog. Queen was a dog for real. Like
Yeah.
Queen figured out how to like open her cage, get out. And then when we was coming home, like she would put herself back in there, but she wasn't able to close it all the way back up. But she was smart. She could make it look like it was closed, even though it wasn't. She was a whole handful. She was like a dog. Super smart and just bad. So when I lost Fiona, I was like, I'm not rolling the dice again. I don't want any more pets, period. It was painful and you just never know what you're gonna get. It's a roll of the dice. I'm not interested. And I've talked about before, I went through a season of depression in 2019. I had some unfortunate events happen. And my therapist was like, well, have you thought about having a pet again? And I was like, absolutely not. I would not get another dog. That's number one. I like to travel a lot. So anytime I traveled, I would have to board Fiona. And that's expensive. Like I'm already taking a trip and now I'm going to have to pay extra money to get
Oh,
this
and it
dog.
drove her crazy because Fiona is like, she was literally, I don't want to call her a hospice dog, but like, she did not do a whole lot. Like it's
She
a
didn't do a
process
whole
when
lot.
she
She
did
did
stuff.
have a lot of deficits. Like I know at one point I had tried to take her to daycare and dude was like, yo, she was there for one day. He was like, so she stayed in here with me all day because she wasn't feeling them other dogs. And like, I didn't want anything to happen to her. And like, this is not the move for her. Like her vet was very sweet to her. So anytime she had to be boarded, I would take her to the vet and they loved her and they loved on her.
Mhm.
Um, but just, I don't know, and it's expensive having a dog, especially a dog with special needs. Like, listen, anyway,
Fiona was an
so
introvert to the fullest.
I was not interested in owning a pet again. I thought about the expenses, about the time that it was going to take from me. Um, but then when I started thinking about owning a pet again, I thought, well, cats are independent. Plus, I had that rodent issue that we talked about in the Under Construction. You can go check out the blog Under Construction and a podcast. We've done a whole podcast about it. And so I'm like, okay, I'm in this house. I've had past rodent issues. I could get a cat because cats are more independent than dogs. They go to the litter box. If I just give them food and water, they'll be fine. And everybody says that cats are like independent. They won't be all in your grill. And that's probably what I need right now. So I buckle down. I get this cat. I decide to get this cat. And like I was saying, when Bible study brother was talking, when I went into that shelter and those big grown cats were walking around, I was freaking out because, like I said, I'm not a cat person. And like, I don't know what these things getting ready to do to me. Like, y'all just letting these grown cats walk around like they own the place.
And did.
And did. And so it was imperative for me that if I was going to get a cat, I needed to get a kitten. So I saw Greg's little face on the website. He looks cool. His name is Greg. Like, let's go check him out. And we thoroughly enjoyed our time with Fitz on our first meeting. Just a cute little kitten, sweet, like meow, meow. It just seems super cool. So I was like, okay, I can do this. I can become a cat owner. Brought the guy home. We've been rocking together ever since. It's definitely something that was outside of my comfort zone, but because I got him young, we've grown together and our relationship has grown over time. Is he moody? Occasionally. He's very opinionated about what needs to happen. Right now, he's mad at me because I've been working all day and he likes my attention. And so he's not pleased with me right now. But overall, we have a good, solid relationship. Really, he only wants my attention when I can't give my attention. If I'm free, not doing anything, he doesn't really care.
Unless you've been on a trip.
Oh, if I've been on a trip and I come back and I've been gone for longer than, honestly though, even because I work from home now, he's used to me being home all the time. So it's like no big deal. So anytime I go and I leave the house for like 2 or 3 hours when I come back, he's like, girl, now why did you leave up out of here? Come on, sit down. Let me come talk to you. You back? I'm back, Fitz. I'm back. I just went to the grocery store, but I'm back, bro. Or if I'm gone for an extended period of time, like for some days, then oh honey, I don't have a life because he is literally all up under me, like, so you was gone and now you didn't had came back. Like you gone. Like he just cries and stuff. But it's an experience I I was not initially open to, but I'm thankful that I was open to it now. Because I like the companionship. You touched on that a little bit earlier. I do like the companionship. I do like having somebody that I can come home to. Although it's not a person, it's my cat, and I'll take it. You know, he's good company. Uh, and also, because people always like, you should get a dog and blah, blah, blah. But most people are scared of cats. And so they're more apt to leave me alone because they don't know what a cat is going to do to them. And I like that as well. So you don't have to get a dog. You can just get a cat and people will be like, I don't like cats. I'm not going. And you sure right. Stay over there. But he's a cool guy.
The voice you just did.
What?
I feel like I know whose voice that was. We'll talk off here.
You already know, and
All
I
right.
did it subconsciously. Anyway.
Lord forgive her.
So I'm thankful that I'm thankful that I was open to something that was typically would not have been my thing, because everything that God has for you doesn't necessarily have to be your quote unquote thing. It's the thing that he wants for you. And it could be something as simple as, well, really owning a pet is not simple. It's like a commitment. So it could be a commitment to something that you're not comfortable with that really does work out for you in the end. Or it could be a commitment to, let's say, daily Bible study. Like it could be a commitment to, which is not something you might consider your thing, but it's the thing that you need and it's the thing that will help you. So I'm thankful that I have been more open to listening to God's voice and then obeying when I hear it. And even in situations that don't seem like my thing or I may be uncomfortable with, because I think in every situation, anytime I encounter a situation like that, I come out on the other side blessed and better. And I think that's always the goal. You want to do what God wants for you because he can see the end and we can't. We get stuck in what we can see. And so I'm thankful that I was open to that because Fitz has been a blessing to me. Now, I will say this. If it was a rat or something in here or a mouse got in here, he would be over here with me hiding. And I would be mad because, like, the whole reason I got you is so you could protect this home from vermin. And he's not about that life, really.
I'm gonna protect me, ma.
And really, he would protect himself by running up under me, and that ain't cool. The only time I see him be vicious is, and I wouldn't even say he was vicious. My animals are protective of me. My last boyfriend, he was not cool with. But I feel like it was his energy. You know what I'm saying? Like
it was crazy to me, and I feel like I said something at the time, and I was like, Fitz don't do that to nobody. Like nobody.
Fitz
I ain't no aggressive cat. He did not but that's told you twice that your pets know. Your pets have known.
Because Fitz was cool with my boyfriend's brother, but like my boyfriend, but I don't know. It might be the energy. Mama was like, it might be because like he be touching you and he don't like that. But I'm like, other people touch me. She was like, you know what I mean. Anyway.
Oh God, never mind. Oh Jesus, sorry, y'all. I didn't know where that was going. I would have stopped it before it happened, but I didn't know, y'all. I didn't know. Oh my God.
Anyway, so I'm glad I was obedient. Listen, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, we'll probably have more episodes about Fitz, but just because Fitz is a character and has like done all kinds of little small things in our lives, whether it's my first time having to like sit at the house and watch him, like I was off or something. I don't know where you were.
Why did you have to watch him though? He's an independent guy.
No, he was small. So this is when he was small. And so you had me go over to like sit with him for some hours. And so I go over and like at this point in time, he wasn't really like big on he was kind of okay with exploring, but he was like, I don't know about all this. He wanted to be close to whoever. And so I get up on your bed or whatever, and I'm like, all right, this is what I was told to do. And he climbs on up, climbs on my chest, and falls asleep Well, we both fell asleep. He put me right to
Y'all
sleep.
did. I don't know why y'all were kicking it at my house. I don't know.
You was doing something. I don't know. We just had to. We was just kicking it because I had to watch him because you was going somewhere and you didn't want him to be by himself because you didn't know a lot about,
I ain't know nothing about cats, and he was super tiny. You're right. This is bringing it because I remember like, both of y'all sleep.
And so, like, I mean, knocked out to the world because that's the only place like where he would like feel comfortable and be around people. Because Fitz is not okay, everybody can pet me, like just pet
He's
me.
Definitely not that.
He's
like,
not that.
I haven't shared this, but it's something that's very that we laugh about. Mama's not a cat person. She was team not on board with you getting a cat. She was like, I'm not gonna come to your house.
I'm not coming to your house no more. You think I'm playing?
We all know that ain't stopped her from coming to my house because she be over here all the time. But I think it's so funny as you said because he really is not like he don't want everybody touching him. He like gone on with it. He's not. But I really think he picks up on when people don't like him. And so Mama, like, because she's scared of cats, she just be freaking out. She's gotten much better with him over time. And I think it helps. He's grown up before her eyes. But she's not a cat person.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to laugh at my mama, but Lord have mercy.
You would not believe the amount of times, like, because like I said, he likes me. New people come to the house, he's probably gonna go hide somewhere because he's just not about that life. So, Mom comes over often. So like initially when she would come over, he would go hide. And so she would forget that I had a cat because he's not chilling in the living room with us. She don't know where he is. And then he pop up from somewhere and she gets to screaming. When I tell y'all.
Because he knew this. In my brain, he knew this.
I feel like in my soul, he knew.
Because he would pop up and like literally scare the mess out of her. Because he would run. Because the other thing that he likes to do, especially like when he was smaller, about a medium-sized cat, is he did like to like pop up out on you and kind of like tap your leg or grab your leg or something real quick and run off.
Right.
Like, I got you. I'm out of here. And so, and it scared me a little bit because I was like, oh. And so, man, he got Mama so many times, just
so many
and
times.
would be gone.
Even now today, me and Mama could be watching TV and stuff, and she's so used to him. She'll forget and he'll like rub up against her leg or something and she gets to screaming. It's hilarious. Like she's like, I'm not petting this cat, and he knows that, but he likes to rub up against her just because. And it's crazy too because Mama friend will come to the house all the time
and loves her,
would get right on her lap. She would just pet
he don't do
him.
that to me. And I be like, you can tell that he likes me, but he likes me in the sense that it's like, hey, what's up, man? Oh, how you doing? All right, peace.
Right.
That's it.
But Mama's friend like hops right in her lap, like, are you back, girl? Come on, let's get this rub party started. So he does like certain people. He's hilarious. He's funny to me.
I'm very interested to give you guys a story of like how he acts when he sees me in I mean, maybe he's seen me by our timeline.
He should have seen you by now.
Hopefully I have a story in the new year for you guys.
You'll have a story in the new year to tell the people. We're closing in on Christmas. So Fitz is one of the gifts that I got that wasn't expecting, wasn't really pumped about, but turned out to be a very good gift. So in the spirit of all things lovely and all things gifts, I'm excited. I'm thankful for my cat in this wild adventure. I think part of the reason Mama didn't want me to get a cat is because she didn't want me to be an old lady like a bunch of cats walking around. I could be wrong, but I feel like
that might be part of because this is the first time, like, so in most situations of like, if something were to happen to you, we know what everybody is supposed to do. And we talk all the time just about like, yeah, Fiona would be fine to take care of Fiona if something happened, like, and at that point I feel like there was no way she would have left Mama.
Right. She
Like
wouldn't have
mama
left
wouldn't have
Mama.
left.
Fiona love
Mama,
Mama.
this is the first time Mama was like, well, I guess, if something happened to you, I guess your brother got to come get him. I'm like, oh, wait, what? You like
No,
cats?
everybody has been released from feeling like they need to take care of Fitz. I told y'all, just give him a good home because I know it's not. I know it's not Mama's
I'm taking
thing.
Fitz. Like, it's just there. I mean, it's like, it's the one thing that I know I could be entrusted with, so I'll do it.
Okay. Well, he ain't coming with no stipend. So
I know. Well, he is coming with a stipend, girl. Whatever. Uh.
as my will stands now, brother, he ain't coming with a stipend. So you better give him away if you don't want to take care of him. Because he
Oh.
has to. I will say he's not an expensive cat. He goes to the vet once a year for his shots, and that's it.
I will work on it. He'll have a stipend before it's all said and done. Cause Fitz is Fitz. Like, I love Fitz.
Fitz is Fitz.
But anyway, y'all, we've had fun. We hope you are having fun during this holiday season. I hope you are like decorating. I hope that you're doing Bible studies, like praying, remembering what the season is all about. The reason for the season is Jesus. Oh, just felt good. But the reason for all seasons is Jesus. But y'all know the sayings. I'm from Baptist church, so Jesus is the reason for the season. Yes. Oh yes, he is. Oh yes, he is.
Oh my goodness, the people they.
I'm just wanting them to know. Gosh,
they know, brother. They've got
Anyway.
a message.
have fun, guys. We'll if you want to hit us up on the social media. Before I do that, good God, I'm all out of order because I'm thinking about cute Fitz.
And let me also tell you, I'm so glad you're home. This is a great time of year, fun. Ha ha ha. We are kicking it today. On today's episode, it's all day
Oh
kicking
yeah.
it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
This is what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm stuffed to the brim. But go to Bible Study Girl. There are blog posts Sunday through Friday. Saturday is when the podcast drops. There is a bit of a slowdown in the blog post, but I promise you that God has something very great that's going on in the works. Just hold out. You're about to get. You got my posts in November. You got a couple of blog posts randomly for me. That might continue every now and again. Whenever God tells me to write, I will listen. But yeah, go to Bible Study Girl and .com and get all that stuff. Hit us up on the socials at Bible Study Girl, on Twitter at Bible Study Girl 2, on Instagram at _ Bible Study Girl, on Facebook at Bible Study Girl. You can message us there if you'd like to be a guest on the show to talk about your walk with God, where you were when you started your journey, where you are now, and where you'd like to be. We'd love to hear from you. You can message. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'll let you. You could talk about. I'll say this real quick. You guys can message us on our Bible Study Girl page, or you can leave us a message on Messenger if you want us to pray for you, or you just have a story you want to share. Not even something necessarily you want us to talk about on the podcast, but just something positive that you feel like, I want somebody to know this. That happens as well. I was going to say, before you forget, we are getting closer and closer to the launch of the YouTube page. Head on over there, guys, to Bible Study Girl on YouTube and subscribe. We have some awesome things coming out of the pipe. We're getting closer and closer to the 100th episode of this podcast. So we have some special things in the works for you guys.
Yep.
Head over to YouTube.
Like those shorts, watch them. They help a lot. If one of those were, I don't know, crazy enough to go viral, we could get monetization off a short because YouTube has new allowances for things of that nature. But
well, I don't know nothing about none of that, but just
that's the job of your manager. So
okay,
or your
you my manager, you the producer.
Executive producer, excuse me.
I was gonna say, baby, how you gonna manage?
Though
me?
apparently you're my manager. And we'll discuss these things. So anyway, with that all in mind, remember, guys, it is not.
Oh, you can also email us at BibleStudyGirl2019@gmail.com. If my brother likes to say, if you want to contact us the old-fashioned way, I like a good email. I think it makes the world go round.
We're in that age range, child. It's just we're gonna do that. But yeah.
Y'all want my address? I can give you my mailing address. It is
no, ma'am. No, you'll give folks a PO box. When you
Why
get a
can't I
PO,
give people my
when you give
address?
folks a PO box,
Boy, you know I ain't gonna get nobody my address. I'm not you. Everybody can't come to my house.
you're not a young me. You will clarify your words. Anyway, remember, guys, it's not wallowing in sin that preaches, but we preach.
And until we meet again, guys, keep preaching.